Get up, mama. A wise person once said, I stopped waiting for the light at the end of the tunnel and lit that myself. How you doing? Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to the village. Welcome back to the community. How are you doing? Before we begin, let's take a deep breath. We're going to gently inhale. Hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and release. Okay, that felt good. I just want to give a disclaimer before we get started. I am not a therapist. I'm just sharing my personal experiences and maybe just a little bit of other people's experiences too. So I just want you to know that. Take what you hear with a grain of salt. Take what you need and leave what you don't. If it don't apply, let it fly, baby. I also want to state that if you're feeling like you can no longer do this, if you're feeling like you just don't have a village to rely on or anybody to talk to, if you feel like you just really can't get up and you feel like it's something deeper than needing motivation and inspiration, I want you to reach out to somebody. I don't want you to have to do that alone. You have different levels to this, and sometimes it can't get to the point where it's just too hard for somebody. And I want you to actually reach out to somebody that can help you with your situation. Reach out to a therapist. Try for a free consultation. Test them out, see if you like them. And if you feel like you can't afford it, I want you to look into your insurance, because there are some insurances that do pay for therapy sessions. And I do know there are some employers that may have a therapist readily available for you. So I want you to look into that as well. And if you don't have that option, I'm sure it's something we can figure out to get you to talk to somebody, at least get you a consultation in here and there, just to get you going, okay? Because that's serious. And I just want you to know, just because you have to reach out to someone, that doesn't make you weak. That actually makes you braver than you may know. Because your life matters too. Your mental health matters too. So welcome back to the podcast. I am Ashley, the person in front and behind the camera. But before we get into this episode, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment if you feeling frisky, and rate it too. That helps out a lot. I'm pretty sure we're familiar with how the algorithm works now. The more you engage with the video, the more it pushes it out. It tells the people like, oh, somebody's liking this video, somebody feeling this video, so let me put it in front of other people. And if you feel like this video helped you in some type of way, I'm pretty sure it can help someone else in some type of way. So let's spread the love if we can. Thank y'all again for taking time out of your busy day to listen and to pour back into yourself. I did see that some of y'all follow my old podcast that I had back in 2023 on Spotify. I don't have access to that anymore. It's just still up there on Spotify, and you can listen to that whenever you feel like it. They're there for you. But the new, updated, and improved one is the one with the headscarf. If you want to dive a little bit deeper, we also on Patreon. I have a lot of different things on there, so go check it out. We have a virtual village where we meet every Wednesday at 5 a.m. and you receive journal prompts and things of that nature. You get first dibs to the podcast. You get mama voice notes or just mama messages. It's a community where we connect and trying to put ourselves first. Just trying to be intentional about our time and how we spend on ourselves. Sharing that space with other mamas. I see a lot of y'all comments asking for these audio files to be saved, to send them to you so you can set it as your alarm clock, or you can listen to them when you get ready. So I want you to know that those are available on Patreon as well, along with other audio packs, if y'all just want to support and show love. Now, if you want the free version, I'm not sure how to do that. I know I see in the comments where you're able to do that, and I'm not knocking anyone. Sometimes we're not in a space where we're able to afford certain things, so I get that. And the free version works. If you're able to get that, my goal is just to get your behind up. Once again, if you just want to support and you want to have access to those audio files along with other audio files like at your leisure, where you don't have to get up on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram to listen, you can just go to the Patreon, get the audio packs. You can download them on any one of your any one of the podcast channels that you listen to. It's no pressure. Just whenever you feel like you're ready, go check it out. And I also want to let y'all know that I did open up the chat to free members as well, so we can start networking in there. Look, listen, we ain't gonna bite over there. In order for you to start changing, you gotta get in groups and environments that are trying to move towards that change, right? You want to engage with people who are trying to change their life. So come on over there. So if you want to discuss a few things, we can do that. And y'all was supposed to go over there after that last podcast episode. Now, I seen a lot of y'all sign up as some free members, but I guess y'all thought I was gonna bite. But anyways, we're gonna move on from that, and we're gonna get into this episode. All right, so now we're about to get into this episode where I show some appreciation to some of my subscribers. I'm over here trying to read off my notes, right? I got notes over here, trying to stay on point. I'm trying not to let these demons get to me. Y'all did watch the last podcast, right? My demons almost got me. Okay. All right, so we got our first comment from Sabrina Marla. I can literally feel your energy through the podcast. At this time of my life, I really needed this calmness. You are appreciated. Please keep going. I'm trying, Sabrina. I am trying. Thank you, though. Thank you for commenting and thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Next comment is from Jerry Lee. Your voice has always spoke to me. I am so happy you decided to make a podcast. I can listen on the go and still get up, mama. Oh, thank you, Jerry Lee. I'm glad you're enjoying the podcast. Next, we have Paris Craig. Yes, I needed this. I'm so ready because I've poured into so many people that I forgot about me. Baby, I can completely understand that, and I'm with you. And I'm ready for you too. I'm ready. I'm excited for you too. We have Alexandria who says thank you. You're welcome, Alexandria. And next we have Amaya Kemp. Hey, Amaya. Amaya says, I am so happy about this. I am happy for you. I just wanted to let y'all know that I appreciate y'all too. And I see a lot of y'all comments. I may not be able to single-handedly respond to all of y'all comments, but I see them. And I'm going to try to do that every podcast just to show my appreciation whenever I can. I create this village, not just for you, but I created this village for myself too. And I appreciate y'all. I think I'm going to piggyback off of what Paris Craig said. And let me know if I pronounce anybody's name incorrectly. Y'all can check me in the comments. I stand to be corrected and I will fix that. But I'm going to piggyback off of what Paris Craig said about just being ready to pour into yourself, because you poured into so many people and you forgot about yourself. Oftentimes when we become mamas, we lose ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally, and it becomes exhausting and overwhelming because we get so carried away with our day-to-day tasks, like raising these little humans, trying to serve the people that we love and that we care about. And that can be exhausting and overwhelming if we're not careful on how those things are being handled. And apparently a lot of us have not been careful. We end up neglecting the things that we care about and the things that make us feel good. And I feel like that's because we think that it's required of us. A lot of times we don't know what we be doing out here. We just picking up what was left off to us, or what we saw, or what we hear, or what we think this parenting thing is supposed to look like. And I find that can be exhausting and overwhelming. Like if we're just going for other people, like in life, and we forget to pause, and we be so busy serving other people that we forget to serve the most important person, which is ourselves. And we also forget to look up to see if the people we're serving are serving us back. And baby, that's exhausting. Just think about it. Let's take a look at this. Sometimes it's easier to grasp things when we paint a picture of it, right? From the time you wake up in the morning. I don't know about you. Like I said, if it don't apply, let it fly. And if it do, We're about to make some adjustments. But just imagine when you first wake up in the morning, open your eyes, you thinking about what you got to do for the day, how you have to take care of somebody, how you have to handle this, how you have to serve here, how you have to do that, right? And then you pick up your phone. You pick up your phone and check your messages, to check your emails, and then you hop on social media. And now you got to rush through your routine. Now you have to rush through your morning routine to make sure you're on time. Then now your kids don't wake up. Or sometimes you, depending on how that works, sometimes your kids wake you up for the morning. And then boom, you faced with mommy. And that's a lot of love. But that also can be a lot of weight too. That's why I always say be mindful of your time. But you doing all of that, right? Now you got to rush to get ready. You got to rush to eat. You got to rush to run up out of the house. Look at all of that stuff already. You got to be rush, bombarded with a whole lot of stuff already, right? Then you got to go on your drive to work or on your drive to take them kids to school. Then you got to go through your day with people asking things of you, requiring things of you. Then in the midst of the day, ain't no telling what energies you come across, right? Then let's move forward to the evening. You're trying to get off of work. Now you got to go pick up the kids. You got to cook. Then at the end of the day, you so exhausted. Now you got to lay down and just go to sleep. So I just want to ask you, like, when do you serve yourself in there? When do you make time for calmness? When do you make time to pour back into yourself with some intention? Like, when do you say your affirmations throughout the day? When do you pray? When do you slow down to just think about how your day went? To ask yourself, like, how are you feeling about what's going on through the day? When do you take time to reset? You see where I'm going with this, right? Yeah, that's overwhelming. That's what I talked about in the previous episode. Practicing mindfulness, being mindful of your time throughout your day. You see how you forgetting to make sure that you're served by yourself? And you could also be forgetting to make sure you're being served by other people. That's why it's important to make this shift. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for choosing you. Have you ever heard of quantum leap? So quantum leap is basically it's like an abrupt change from one state to another. You are in the space you're in right now where you're feeling all soggy and sad. You ain't feeling like yourself. You feeling like you done lost your spark. And when they talk about quantum leap, it's basically saying, it's like when you just about to make that decision, like, shit, I'm about to put myself first. It moves from a version of you that tries and then become a version of you that is. And I want to talk about that because I think that's important. That's going to take me to my next segue. And I bring that up because I wanted to say, during my process, I realized that the things that I want in life was waiting on me. I thought I was waiting on the things in life to come to me. Like, okay, I want this and I want that. When they coming? When I'm going to get them? And so I realized that they waiting on me to come and get them. They just waiting on me to get aligned. I just have to allow myself in the right way to get the things that I want. The reason why I haven't gotten them yet is because I haven't found that alignment that takes me right to them things. I've been doing some things that just don't line up with what I say I want sometimes. And then sometimes it could just be, I just need to be a little bit more patient. Because what they say, things don't happen on our time, and things happen on God's time. I also say that because, girl, get your butt up. And I know it's a tough thing right now. I know you probably feel like you're in a position where you feel like you can't do it because you are a mama. And you feel like you have to put these things off and you have to wait until this, or you can't do it because you don't have the finances, or you don't have the resources, or you don't have the village, or you don't have the people backing you. But I want you to know that you do. You just got to know where to start and what steps to take. You may not have the resources. You may not have the money right now, but I need you to move like you do. I need you to start acting like you do. That's how you get them things that you want in life. You got to start moving towards them things. You got to start acting like you want them. You got to start, sometimes you got to act like they already exist. Remember I talk about affirmation. Say it like you mean it. You may not believe it today, but one day that thing gonna come into fruition. If you keep aligning yourself, you keep being intentional about the things you're speaking and about the things you want, it's gonna come into fruition. Remember, the things you want, they waiting on you to get your life together, girl. No offense. They're waiting on you to take them smaller steps. And listen, when you hear me say quantum leap, I don't want you to just think you got to jump off the porch and then boom, them things going to appear. Granted, it would be damn amazing now if if it could work like that, but it don't. I mean, for some it might. I'm not knocking people. I'm not going to tell you what is and what can't happen for you. But I'm just saying, usually there is a process that happens with the alignment. You got to move towards it. What they say, faith without work is dead. Faith without work is dead. You can sit there and pray all day long. You can sit there and want all day long. But until you start putting action behind it, that's when you're really going to see what faith can do. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, it's very important for you to watch the previous episodes. Because in order to understand how to align yourself, you have to first know who you are. Baby, you don't even know who you are anymore. And that's okay. Because we're forever changing. And some things throw us off track for months, years, days. I mean, it's different time frame. You got to figure out who you are. You got to rebrand yourself, rebuild yourself. And listen, take a deep breath. Baby, that's okay. We all out here figuring this thing out. And like I just stated, we are forever changing. We're forever getting to know ourselves. We're going to, first and foremost, I want you to know, this healing journey is never over. Growing is never over. It's going to be happening for the rest of your life. What if I told you that everything you want in life is waiting on you and you have whatever you need inside of you? You think you need all of those outside resources. Listen, you ain't the only person. I thought that too. I thought I needed all of those outside resources. I thought I needed all of those people when really the answer was inside of me. I just had to go find it. But I couldn't find it because I didn't slow down. I wasn't being mindful. Now, at some point, I thought I was. Like when you think you practicing mindfulness, think again. Try again. And if you're not getting the things that you want, that could mean one or two things. That means your alignment is off. That means what you're saying and what you're doing ain't matching. And that's called consonant dissonance. I don't really know what that word. Yeah, I probably messed that one up. But there's a term for it. And that just means what you say you want to do, you ain't really doing. What you say you want in life, you ain't really doing what's necessary to get it. And I want you to take a deep breath. No offense. It's okay. Now that you know, that's why we're about to take on mindfulness. Now that you know, we're about to be mindful of our actions so we can go get those things. Or we can be that version of ourselves that we want to be. Sometimes it's not even about getting things. Sometimes it's about just becoming a better version of yourself. And I think that is perfectly fine. Because at one point, that was my main goal. Like I had to work on my mental. I had to work on a whole lot of things first before I tried to go and just get a whole lot of things. Because I knew that it started here. And I lost it for a minute. When you lose that mental, everything else goes. So I had to rebuild my mental. And now that I rebuild my mental, I'm seeing a lot of things coming to fruition. You too. You're watching it. But I couldn't get there until I aligned myself properly. And then the second thing could be, you just got to be patient. Like if you're doing all of those things to align yourself to get what you want, like if you're really being intentional and you haven't gotten it yet, it may just not be time for it. Like for an example, you got 10 things on your list that you want, that you're trying to align yourself with, right? And you have things listed. Remember I said we want things on our timing, but sometimes it don't work that way. You got 10 things on your list. Think you're supposed to start with getting number 1. But the way you align yourself, or the way that things are working in your life, depending on the season in your life you're in, what you're moving, what you're working towards, you may get number 10 first. Because that's how you're aligning yourself. That doesn't mean you're not going to get your number 1. That doesn't mean you're not going to get your number 5 or your number 2. That just means it may not be time for that. You may not have done the things that align you for that. And I think it's a process. A lot of times we try to dictate the journey. And that's a very hard thing to do. But once again, I want you to take a deep breath. You got this. And sometimes you may not even know what to do. You may not even understand what direction to take, what to do first, how to align yourself. And it's just like, shit, make a decision. Go back and watch them other videos I talked about. That's why I told you it's important to know the season of life you in. Identify your rhythms. Get to know yourself. And I mean really get to know yourself. But if I can be real honest right now, if I can be very frank with you, I'm going to need you to forgive yourself. I'm going to need you to forgive yourself for the decisions you made, for the choices you done made, the things you allowed in your life, you accepted, the boundaries, the lack of discernment, all of those things, the piss poor decisions. I'm going to need you to forgive yourself. Because that's going to stop you from moving forward if you don't. You made them piss poor ass choices, I understand. No offense, you ain't the only person. I know it hurt, but you got to forgive yourself. You did that. Feel it, learn from it, and don't do that shit again, right? But you got to forgive yourself in order to move forward, because if not, that's going to keep you there in that same spot, because you're going to be wondering, shoulda, coulda, woulda. There ain't nothing you can do about the decisions you already done made. You can't go back and change them. You can sit with them, you can feel, you can get the understanding and gain wisdom from them, learn from them, and move on. Make better decisions, make better choices. But you're going to have to forgive yourself first. But this week, I'm going to need you to forgive yourself so you can light that fire yourself. I know, take a minute, sit with it. It hurts, I know. You could have done better. I understand, or you could have done worse. Who knows? Hold yourself accountable. Learn from it. A wise person once said, I don't lose. I either win or I learn. Those decisions do not have to define you. What you thought about yourself don't have to define you. I'm going to need you to forgive yourself for you, and I'm going to need you to forgive yourself for them kids you're about to raise. Remember, we talk about them demons. If you don't forgive yourself, you're going to pass that stuff on down to your kids, because it shows up in our actions. Look how it's stopping you right now. You probably didn't even realize how deep it is, but you got this. You can do it. It's possible. Your life ain't over. You woke up this morning, right? That means you got another opportunity. You got another chance to walk in the room like God sent you. To show up the person God made you to be. Everything you need is inside of you. All the resources you need, all of the people you need, that stuff is inside of you. The only thing you need is what's inside of you. Your intuition, your values, and your belief. That's all you need. Now that I am speaking on absolutes. That I'm not saying a disclaimer. That I'm not saying allegedly. That I'm not saying it might be. No, I'm telling you. God did not make a mistake with you. You just have to learn how to use your superpower. Your superpower is your intuition. It's there. You're just scared to listen to it. And that's okay. Take a deep breath. When I tell you it's so much power in that intuition, you just got to trust it. That's when discernment comes into place. But in order to get to those things, you got to first get to know yourself. Rebuild that trust in yourself so you can listen to your intuition. So you can trust your intuition. Right now you're scared. That's understandable. Girl, you done made some piss poor decisions not listening to them intuitions. Yeah, you're going to be scared. Let me tell you what's more scary is you not being able to. You not being able to make the decision that you want to make. You're not being able to do the things that you want to do because you're scared. Because something in you is telling you that, am I lying? Tell me, am I lying? You are confused. And it's all chaotic in there. It's because you ain't trusting yourself. But I understand, how can you? We so tied down with all of this stuff we got going on in life. Everything, we ain't even slowing down. We're in a microwave society. Everything is at full speed. We gotta have this. We overconsumption here. Phones are always in our hands because our whole life is in there. You got people tugging, pulling from left to right. But you gotta be able to slow that down. You're the only person that can control that. You're the only person that can orchestrate that thing the way that it needs to be. because that's your life. Now you got to decide how you want it to go. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. All right, so we're going to do a rundown. You got the weight of the world on your shoulders, girl, and you got to learn how to take it off. You over there serving everybody else, and that's cool. Serving everybody else is a beautiful thing. Remember, I love to serve. I love to make people happy. But you forgetting to serve the most important person, which is yourself. And then you also forgetting to make sure that the people you're serving are serving you back. That was a tough one right there, wasn't it? Deciding to make that shift, girl. I think you already there, though. That's how you get here. So you already done took the steps necessary. You just got to keep going and trust the process. Quantum leap, you're about to make that shift. Everything you need is already inside of you. You just got to learn how to stop doubting yourself, girl. And remember, what you want is waiting on you to allow yourself to come and get it. And last but not least, forgive yourself, girl. That's going to be a journey. Remember, I told you, this is going to be a journey. But whatever you choose to do. So remember to love on yourself just a little bit more today. Pour into you. You got this, baby. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next week. Take care of yourself.